Yo, it's Punk Monk, and in this video I'll be ranking the 2016 XXL freshman list in order. In the year 2022, 2016 freshman, in my opinion, is one of the best freshman classes ever. On God. This will be the best list on YouTube, so watch all the way through, man. I promise you. I'll say this class is definitely the most viral, and it's birthed so many fire artists, man. With huge staples in the rap game already. Just look at this whole list, man. I'm gonna rank them in order, and I'm gonna show you which ones are the best. So we have Designer, Dave East, Denzel Curry, G Herbo, Little Uzi Vert, Little Dicky, Little Yachty, Anderson .Paak, 21 Savage, and Kodak Black, man. Let's start with number 10 on my rankings of this list. Number 10 goes to Little Dicky, man. Little Dicky came in the freshman list coming out pretty hot, and a viral rapper already, man. With viral songs such as Professional Rapper with Snoop Dogg, where they're pretty much just going back and forth, and that was kind of legendary on YouTube. And the song Save That Money with Fetty Wap with a fire hook in there. Right when Fetty Wap was absolutely lava hot, man. Many people called him underrated for his lyricism and his crazy bars he had. He was a YouTube rapper, man. Not to mention him being a very funny comedian rapper. People of the time thought he would be a big staple in the game. I'm not really sure I did, but his freestyles definitely kind of proved he was good. Maybe others thought he was maybe a little bit corny, man. And I must say, he's definitely made a name for himself in the past 6 years since this list dropped. Dropping a slew of big singles and one project. I really enjoy his Little Dicky's personality. He's a funny guy, comedian. Some noticeable things he's made in 6 years since his list. He dropped very big hit songs. Songs like Freaky Friday with Chris Brown, which dropped in early 2018. The only other noticeable song Little Dicky dropped was the song Earth, and man, that song was absolutely awful and trash, not gonna lie. The music side of things, I'm far from a fan of Little Dicky. Little Dicky didn't drop nearly enough music for me to become a fan of his. But the one thing I did like from Little Dicky is his TV show Dave. It was an incredible show, like top-notch comedy, man. I'd rank his show an easy 9 out of 10, which is a high ranking for me when it comes to TV shows. But that's not really music, that's acting. So number 9 on this list goes to Designer. Now Designer was one of the hottest things coming up on this list, having a #1 Billboard hit called Panda, which was a very fire song and I really loved. I think I was in grade 10 at the time. He got many comparisons to the trap goat, Future Hendrix, man. Designer was known as the guy that always smiles and kind of laughs with these weird ad-libs, man. Designer right after the freshman list went on a little, kind of a small tear, like a little run, dropping Timmy Turner that went viral, which was also his XXL freestyle, so that definitely helped for it, as well as signing to Good Music with Kanye West, and man, that's a whole nother video on its own. He ended up dropping his highly anticipated project, New English, one day before the XXL freshman list in 2016. But in my opinion, none of the songs really sticks, man. Which really enough, that's when his fall off kind of started happening. In 2017, he dropped the banger, Outlet. Which a lot of people enjoyed and liked. But to be honest, I wasn't a fan of the track at all. Just sonically was not it. The only track I liked from him, since him being on the freshman list, was a track called Amen. And man, that's fire. 2018, he dropped the album LOD, which is a project I briefly checked out, but not many of the songs stuck out to me at all. Then in 2021, he dropped a project called 3 The Hard Way, which was a 3-track project. And those songs, some slappers, man, some bangers. Like the track Big Earthquake was really fire.
Tell her chill, baby. How you feel? How you feel, baby? Drop through the hills. Drop through the hills, crazy.
And I was a poster child of this list. Like, man, I don't know what he was thinking. Figured out that label shit, man. I don't care, it's been 6 years. I don't see excuses from none of the other rappers, come on. Now number 8 on this list goes to Dave East. Man, Dave East is a cold rapper, man. He's fire. He's definitely got some heat. Dave East has been dropping so many albums and songs and projects since 2016. He's been dropping 10 projects since 2016, and a lot of them were top-notch music and rapping with bars. The projects include Carrie Chanel, Paranoia, True Story, Karma, Karma 2, Beloved, Survival, Karma 3, and Ahofa, and another project. But at the end of the day, Dave East's style is just not for me at all. I just don't really vibe with it. But good for him for actually staying consistent with all of these drops, man. Number 7 on the list is G Herbo. Now, G Herbo is known as a street rapper from Chicago. He's known for his hardcore drill songs with the hard life in Chicago. He talks about the struggle that he faces. G Herbo is a well-known rapper being drafted on this list for XXL. He had Chicago on his back. rooting for him. He has dropped many projects through the years since the XXL list, which I definitely like because he's consistent. The projects he's dropped since 2016 are Humble Beast, which dropped in 2017, which was a decent project to say the least. I wasn't the biggest fan, but there's definitely some bangers. Then in 2018, he dropped a collab project with Southside, producing a project called Swervo. Man, there were some slappers on that one too. The album was a slapper and had many fire beats, but still not really my niche of style of rap I like, so this may be a little bit biased. In 2019, he dropped Still Swerving, which was also an okay project, but still fire though, but also just not really for me. 2020, he dropped PTSD, and that project charted very high on the Billboard charts. The album sold its career high of selling 59K first week sales, which is a huge W, and had some very fire songs with Lil Uzi Vert, Juice WRLD, and Polo G. That song was a hit. 2021, last year, he dropped 25, and that project was pretty solid, maybe like a 7 out of 10. But overall, that rapper still ranks number 7 on my list. G Herbo's fire, just not the artist for me, or my niche. Number 6 on my list goes to Kodak Black. From 2013 to 2015, Kodak had began starting rapping while releasing 2 mixtapes on the time period. Move ahead to 2022, which is this year right now. Yock's 4th studio album, Back for Everything, which released February 25th, 2020, and that project was probably his best piece of art ever. The album featured the viral songs Super Gremlin and Love and War, which are both songs I really enjoy. I would say Kodak Black has been through a lot of trouble, but luckily for Kodak Black, he's been very consistent dropping music, despite his troubles. But honestly, Kodak Black is not necessarily my niche, but he's dropped some fire projects that I do enjoy. Number 5 on my list is Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty is an American rapper and singer from Atlanta, Georgia. He's known for his comical lyrics and unique melodies, which is pretty fire. Lil Yachty signed with Quality Control, same label the Migos are signed to, and Lil Baby. Lil Yachty uses Atlanta's signature trap flavor beats along with his unique auto-tuned vocals. Since being on the XXL list, he's dropped a slew of projects. Summer Songs 2, Teenage Emotions, Little Boat 2, Nothing to Prove, Little Boat 3, and Michigan Boat. Little Boat has really been a hit or miss for me, but his highs are really high, with solid songs that I really love. The songs that are trash, definitely trash, but he definitely has higher highs, which makes him a higher artist and better artist than Kodak Black to me, and a few of the other rappers like G Herbo and Lil Dicky. So next on my list is Anderson .Paak. He's a singer, songwriter, producer, drummer from Oxford, California. In January 2016, Paak released his 2nd album, Malibu. That album was 16 tracks long and is a classic in my book. Man, I saw him live at Pemberton. He was crazy. He was drumming at the same time. Paak's strongest work to date, showing the growth he's made since his breezy Lovejoy days. That album was met with incredible praise and receiving an 85 on Pitchfork, making it one of the most well-received albums of the year. He also worked on the Dr. Dre's album as well. In 2018, he dropped Oxnard. Then in 2019, he dropped Ventura. In 2020, he made a super group called Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars, and man, that group is top-notch, high-level R&B pop. And the project Silk Sonic is a classic and flawless. The one thing about him, though, the style of his music isn't the type of music I really choose to listen to on a daily, but I think talent-wise, he is by far the most talented artist in the list. He can rap, sing, and do so much stuff. He can play the drums while he's singing at the same time, just like I was saying when I saw him live at Pemberton in Vancouver, which was fire. Number 3 on my list goes to Denzel Curry, and man, Denzel Curry is so good, man. Denzel's early career, he made his classic album, Nostalgia 64. Then in 2016, he dropped Zell Planet's Room. 2016, he dropped Imperial, which is a classic album, in my opinion. And that was right around when the XXL list finally dropped for 2016. And the year after XXL, he dropped the mixtape 13. And then he dropped the album Taboo. Taboo is known to being an underground classic too, with the hit track Cloud Cobain, which was fire, man. Just the topic of the heavy 808. Denzel Curry just never misses, in my opinion. He's just so consistent. And to be honest, Imperial is in my top 10 favorite albums ever. On God, man. Then on May 31st, 2019, he dropped the project Zoo. And that project was so good too. It definitely had more of a mixtape vibes, but with stronger bangers, so it still sounded like an album. When the pandemic started, he dropped his project with Kenny Beats, along with the movie soundtrack called Unlocked, animated cartoon soundtrack. And man, that project is so good too. Denzel Curry on Boom Bap Beats, man, that's fire. And now, this year, Denzel Curry dropped Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. And man, that project is absolutely incredible. Denzel Curry had an amazing run since the XXL list, and one of my personal favorite rappers right now. So, I think Denzel Curry, one of the most talented. I would say 2nd most talented on this list. Number 2 on this list goes to 21 Savage. Now, 21 Savage, in my opinion, actually has the best run album-wise. other than Denzel Curry, but he has 0 misses since the 2016 XXL freshman list. 21 Savage has dropped 3 classics. He's dropped Savage Mode 1, which is a classic. It's an album which is a fire and underrated project with a warning with Offset Metro Boomin, and I believe that's a classic too. He also dropped I Am Greater Than I Was, which was fire. Very commercial sounding, but still had the 21 Savage sound. Then he dropped Savage Mode 2, which is his most recent project, and that's a classic. 21 Savage is the most improved rapper this decade, and that's going to be a video as well. 21 Savage is my second favorite rapper on this list, and the second most successful in my eyes. Because this list is all about me and my opinion. Number 1 on this list goes to my favorite rapper of all time, and the best rapper of all time, Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert dropped Lil Uzi Vert vs. the World right before XXL, and that project is beyond a classic. It's a classic. He dropped that project April 2nd, April 2 months before the list. A month right after the list, he dropped the Perfect Love tape. And honestly, that project had 0 misses on the project, and it's a classic. From SoundCloud hits like Do What I Want and 7 Million with Future, and not to mention the first hint of his new sound with a song which is most underrated on the project, I Could Drive, which hints at the new melodic punk sound that influenced his hit and viral platinum, multi-platinum song Extra Tour Life. In 2017, he dropped his debut album, Love Is Rage 2, which is arguably, actually not even arguably, it's a straight up classic, man. Love Is Rage 2 is classic. That album is in the top 20 greatest trap albums of all time, with songs like No Sleep Leak, 20 Minutes, Extra Tour Life, and Sauce It Up, to name some of my favorites. Don't forget Pretty Mommy too, for that one, boom, fire. Uzi proves he's the greatest artist from XXL 2016 class. He also made us wait 3 years for his highly anticipated and hyped album, Eternal Take. And man, that project did not disappoint despite some of the hate early on, with songs like Pop, Celebration Station, Prices, Secure the Bag, and Bigger Than Life. Lil Uzi Vert gave us a gift of beautiful music. Uzi also dropped a collab tape with Future in late 2022. Lil Uzi Vert is the greatest and number 1 artist from the 2016 freshman list. Let me know what you guys think, and tell me in the comments what you guys think about this list, because this is the best list on YouTube, on God. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.